Believe me, baby girl, that you're not behind. Every one of us has its own timing, but somehow we all feel behind because it seems like, especially nowadays with social media, everyone is better than us. That's actually the reason why I don't look at anyone's life unless they have what I want. Unless not they have what I want, but they show what I want, because they keep me grounded. They keep me like, this is the goal, Sara, that you're working for. Keep on going this way. That's the type of feeling that I'm getting from them, right? But it does not mean that they have what I want most of the times. So let me tell you that not everything what you see online is the truth. That's something that you should put in mind. And the reason why I tell you this is because I discovered it especially here in Dubai. Like, I got to know so many people with thousands and thousands of followers, and believe me, they are not what they're showing online. And I feel kinda sad about that, because maybe there's a myth that you had about someone and then they're just not what they show. That's the reason why I personally decided to stop looking at people's lives and looking only at mine. If I follow you, you might have seen that I don't really go into people's stories. It's really rare that I look at people's stories, not because I'm not interested, but because I noticed, this is, for example, something different for me. I noticed that people show only the nice things. They don't show their life. Meanwhile, in my opinion, if you want, first of all, to influence someone, you have to be honest with everything. And second of all, if you want to show only the good thing of your life, for who are you showing it and why are you showing it? Just to get some validation? Otherwise, you would not be worth in showing only the best of your life. That's the thing. We are human beings and we are unique, all of us, in our small personalities, in our different way of living life, that I really love and appreciate when someone is extremely brutally honest online. I highly appreciate someone who shows their high and flows online instead of someone that's became millionaire and then came online, or aims that they became millionaire and in order to sell you courses to get something out of you. Not everyone who shows you a certain lifestyle literally are doing better than you. That's the reason why I don't show you much. The only thing I show you is my apartment, my cats, my car, because it's the only thing I own. My lifestyle is literally gym, homework, videos, gym, homework, videos, cats. This is my life. Welcome to my boring life. So, let's go back now to the whole thing. No one is better than you. Remember that. People, what they're showing you online is not the reality of the things that you're seeing. The reason why you should not feel behind is simply because all of us have an individual path. All of us don't come from the same background. Let's say someone like me might be successful, especially in my 30s. And I tell you why. Because when I had to learn as much as possible about life during my teenagerhood, in my early 20s, I was actually in survival mode. So I was in survival mode till my 20s. I learned the boundaries that I had to learn in my teenagerhood, in my early 20s, till my 25 years old, I would say. Like literally till my 25 years old. So these 5 years that normally should a teenager learn boundaries and everything from parents, not from life experience. People don't have to go through trauma to learn, but some people have to, because no one taught them that lessons. So the only way to learn that lessons at a certain point is literally to go through them, because it's not like you're like a sponge when you're a teenager and your mother tells you, look, you should do this, you should do that. You're gonna learn that lesson really quickly. But if no one tells you anything, and if your parents taught you to be a people pleaser, you're gonna keep being a people pleaser till you understand that it's not that intelligent to be so. So you have to unlearn what you learned, and you have to add some extra information, some extra knowledge, some extra boundaries. So that's the thing. There are people that have, I would say, sorry but not sorry, parents that did their job and taught their teenagers certain values. So that once they are 18, 20 and they go explore the world, they already know how they should live life. And they don't really try hell and heaven to understand which one is what, all right? Someone that has a certain type of childhood don't have the same path as someone that is in survival mode, right? That's what I mean. Everyone is individual. Someone else might need more time with a therapist. Someone else needs more time to learn the numbers. Believe me, there are people that literally need, I don't even know how many years to learn something new. There are people who literally need decades to learn a certain lesson. Because in their head, they're weak, they're not strong enough to react to that lesson. So believe me, you're not behind, we just have different paths. If someone comes from a multi-millionaire father with a company and she or he is around that company every day since they are teenagers, so they learn sales, they learn communication, they have all of these sales skills, of course, they're gonna have a different path than someone who did not have all of that. It does not mean that they're better. They just had the opportunity to make it sooner. It does not even mean that they're gonna make it happen sooner than you. Because, of course, skills matter. Of course, the past matter. Of course, the luggage that you get from your parents matter. However, also the hunger that you have matters a lot, and actually much more than anything else. That's why all successful people that you see around, few of them come from rich parents. That's why we invented the word new money, because there's so many people that build themselves from scratch, while the people that already have money, maybe they might seem slightly more lazy, slightly more comfortable, because they don't feel the hunger that's a broken soul feels. That I'm like, this is something that, for example, is in me. The reason why I want to work so bad into myself and I just seem like a machine going on and on and on and on is because I got hurt too much. That I'm like, it has to make sense somehow. It really has to make sense somehow. I cannot accept that I went through all of this for nothing. God must have put this path, this burden into my life to teach me something and not to keep me stuck. That's what I think, and that's why people that come from broken families have such an uncontrollable hunger for success, because we cannot let this go without taking revenge. And revenge is not hurting who hurt you. Revenge is literally showing that people did not have any power over you. That's the best revenge you can ever have. And I wish I can reach my goal and I can completely make them understand that. Nope, you did not get me. And nope, you cannot get anything from me now. But now is too early to talk like that. Another reason why you should not feel behind is because as long as you're growing, someone can feel behind, and I agree with that. If when they go through problems, they don't learn and they act the same way, then yes, you lost a chance, you lost an opportunity to learn a skill, to learn a certain boundary that would have brought you somewhere, right? So that's the only way for me to say, yes, you're behind. But as long as you're learning, as long as you take every failure, every burden, everything as something that is helping you to grow, to become the type of person that you want to become, believe me, you're never behind. And let me tell you, when I was 15, I was thinking, once I'm gonna be 25, I'm gonna learn how to make money, I'm gonna be a millionaire. My dear, I'm in debt. However, the knowledge that I have now, the boundaries, the self-awareness The self-talk that I have now, I never had it, and I don't see it in people that are 35 years old, that are 10, 15, or even 20 years older than me. Can you imagine that? And that's what keeps me extremely, I would not call it hopeful, but keeps me aware of the fact that I'm not behind, but I'm actually doing the right job. Because if I don't work on myself, if I don't improve, if I don't grow, how can I expect to make money? Because the issue nowadays is not making money. The issue is doing it for the right reason, because every one of us knows how to make money easily. The second thing is keeping the money. How many people did I see making money and then just spending it all and then being broke again like this? Because they had the opportunity, but they were not ready for it. And I want to make sure that when the opportunity comes, and that's not luck, that's literally opportunities that comes to everyone's life, all right? When the opportunity comes, I am ready. If I win the lottery one day, I will not react the same way how 95% of people that win the lottery act. Why do they act like that? Because they never thought they deserved that type of money, and they want it, and they just treat it as money treated them before, ignoring it. And you have to know that money is the biggest mistress. You need to have control over it, or she's gonna have control over you. And she's gonna leave you for someone else. So believe me, as long as you're growing, you're working on yourself, you're learning new skills, you're learning, all right, why is this thing triggering me? How can I improve this? How can I improve that? Believe me, you're never behind. Because I really did notice that people don't have this type of self-awareness. And once you have this, you are unstoppable. There's no one's opinion that can move you from where you are. If someone comes to me and they're like, oh my God, even when I was 100 kg plus, guys, even at that point, I was really like, my self-awareness was so high that I knew that inside of me I was looking better than how I was looking outside. Why? Because I knew in my head that was temporary body, but that was a body that I could not take care of because I was having too many things in my table. Once I cleared a couple of plates, then I was like, all right, now I can take care of my body. But I was so confident as I am now because I knew who is Sara, why Sara is doing what she's doing, and why she's doing that to herself. Of course, I feel sorry for myself because I let myself go through that, but it's because I didn't have any choice. So for me, it was completely fine, but I never let someone come to me and be like, you look ugly, and maybe my confidence is so high because it's not based on how I appear, it's based on my self-awareness. I know what I'm doing and I know why am I doing it. That's the reason why I can be even 150 kilos, inshallah never, but I can be even 150 kilos and I will still act the same way as I'm acting now. And believe me, that's the reality. Something that I really think is important, but I think I already said a couple of words about it, is that alignment should come before speed. As I said, every one of us knows how to make easy money, especially women. We know that if we want, even without being touched, we can get easy money. And honestly, marriage is one of them. Marriage is one of them. But easy money does not mean that is what you want. Because, I always say I want a Rolls Royce, I want money, I want all of these things. But guys, the reason why I want that is because I want to have the opportunity to let my children be free and decide which type of university they want to go to, if they want the university, which type of experience they want to live. To be free to send them to the school trips without having to go to school and be like, I don't know, I will ask my mother if she can afford it, I will let you know. Or having to look a certain type of way I want my children to be free. I want my children to be happy of the mother they have and proud of the father they have. That's what I want in life. And that does not come with money. That does come with the skills that build money. So if you want the easy money, I would just take the first rich man here in Burj Khalifa or whatever that gives me an apartment in there. I would just see it, have some fun with him a couple of times, take easy money, and then act like nothing happened. But this easy money is against the values, is not aligned with the goal that I have. I am willing to make money to build a family. And the way to do so is ruining myself, ruining my reputation. Speed should never come before alignment. Understand why you want money, why you want a certain type of lifestyle, why you're feeling like you're behind. What is your goal in life? Once you understood that, do everything what is in your power to get it and still keep yourself aligned with your values. Don't get blinded from the sprinkle that you see around. And this is for example, something hard to understand in Dubai. And sadly, not a lot of people do understand it in Dubai. A lot of women think that they're entering in relationships while they're actually just doing the same job as women that know they're doing that job without knowing it. And let me tell you also that every one of us has its own divine timing. What I mean is that sometimes you are trying to get something really badly and you're even mad at God, you're mad at yourself because you're like, why didn't I achieve this goal? Like, I'm trying so hard. The thing is that most of the times you don't have the skill set that is needed to reach that goal in that certain way. That's the reality. In this video, I really wanted to make you understand you're not behind. Trust yourself, trust your path, but don't take it as an excuse to do not put your best. Because yes, you're not behind. However, you still have to do the job. You still have to do the work to improve yourself. Because that's the only way for you to keep winning, even though you're not reaching your goal yet. All right? Thank you really much for watching this video. Love you. Write me in the comments what you think about it. Thank you and see you next time.